It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey folks, today I'm taking a look at Costume Party, a tiny little card game in which you are all attending a costume party and you are trying to come as something original. You are trying not to duplicate the costume that someone else is wearing. It's a simultaneous selection card game, very straightforward, just a few minutes. Let me show you how it works, then I'll tell you what I think of it. Here we go. At the beginning of the game, each player is given 3 cards. In this case, we are looking at a 3-player game here. And then we are going to set the deck of cards aside. And we play rounds until the deck is completely gone. At that point, once the players can no longer be refilled up to 3 cards, then the game's over and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Each round has several phases in it. The first phase is pass, then prepare, then reveal, then judge, discard, then draw. That sounds like a lot, but it's really fairly simple. First thing we do is each player is going to take a look at their 3 cards, and these, as you can see, are different, basically costumes people can wear, kind of tacky things. So we have a mummy, a zombie, a robot. There's a couple of other ones, which I'll show you in a bit. And so the first thing is each player looks at their cards, and they are going to give 1 card to each neighbor. And so I would pick this card and give it to this neighbor, pick this card and give it to this neighbor, keep this one. Everybody else does the same. So this person gives me 1, and they needed an extra card, and they give this person 1, and then this person gives them 1, and them 1. Okay, so now each player has, again, 3 cards. 1 they kept, 2 they got from their neighbors. There we go. All right, now that was the pass phase. The next phase is prepare. You simply take a look at your new hand and you are going to pick the one you want to play. And so each player is going to play a card face down to the table. After that's done, then we do the reveal, starting with whoever is the host of the party, which is going to rotate around the table from round to round. They are going to reveal the card they played, and they are going to, if applicable, do the effect written on the card. In this case, it says steal a point from the player in the lead. We are all starting at 0 points, so I could steal a point from either one of these players, and yes, you would go into a negative score. So I'm going to take a point from this player. I'm at 1, they're -1, they're at 0. Next player reveals their card. It's a horse, but the horse costume comes in 2 parts. There is the horse head, which is right there, and there is the horse booty. And so basically both costumes, both parts of the costume make the whole costume. And as the effect there says, you get +6 for winning the contest with a bottom, and you get -3 if you're alone. This one, same thing, but you win if you have the head. So 2 players must play a bottom and a head. Otherwise, playing just 1/2, well, you show up to the party with just half the horse costume and you're going to lose some points. And so this player played that, and that's probably going to be bad in just a minute. And then this player played this, which says +1 point for every zombie costume worn at the next party. So nothing yet, okay? Once this is done and the reveal is done, then we do the judge. The judge is pretty simple. Each player is going to get 3 victory points if they played a unique costume. Vampire was unique, I got 3 points. I am now at 4 because I stole one from this player. Horse is different. This one scores +6, not +3, at the risk of possibly losing 3 if you're alone. So they're actually dropping to -3, and this player played a unique costume, and so they are now at 2 victory points. 1 I stole, and they just got 3, okay? That's done. We are now going to discard and then draw. This and this can be discarded. This one sticks around because it will matter for scoring next round. So they're going to keep that. Each player is given 1 new card. And the start player rotates. And so the host of the party would now be this player here. And we start again with, passing cards. From the 3 we now have playing a card, revealing them in order, starting from this player, acting on that, on what's written on the card, going all the way around, etc. until the deck is gone. Let me show you all the different cards, but that's basically the game. The zombie card, as I said, +1 for every zombie costume at the next party. Again, this has nothing to do with the costume contest. You get the 3 points if you're the only one who wore a zombie costume, no matter what. The vampire steals. The horse I already showed you. We have the ghost, which is +1 for every ghost costume worn at the last party. So this is at the next party. This is at the last party. Honestly, I think that's a little bit tricky. I wish that they would have done, one or the other. Probably this one. Just do, we score now what carried over from last time, and they would have just picked a different power for this. But that's what they are. The mummy here says you can pick a player who hasn't shown their costume, hasn't revealed their card, and they do not count that card for the contest. Now, they flip the card, they do the power, but it's as though when we get to the costume contest, as though they did not flip one. So let's say I'm the mummy, and this player also happened, I picked this player, and when they reveal it, which I wouldn't know what it is, when they reveal it, it was a mummy, I'm good. Because I get it's as though I'm the only one who played a mummy. And that is it. I think the robot is the only one I'm missing. Yes. And the robot, which is pick a player who hasn't shown a costume, and they have to swap it with one of the ones in their hand. The 2 cards left over in their hands. Again, these powers are a little bit similar, and I do wish that a little more variety had been introduced, seeing as to how there's only these different ones. But that's it. That's the basic game. Once the deck is gone, most victory points is the winner. So there you have it, a very simple little card game. I would even say simplistic, because I think it's a little too, it's too little. I wish this had been developed a little bit more. I like the concept. I like the look of the game. I like the theme of the game. But the game quickly becomes repetitive, becomes just not fun once you've seen the few costumes that there are and you keep seeing the same things. I wish that they would have gone above and beyond just a little bit and given me more costumes, differing powers. As I said in the overview, I don't like that some of them are basically the same thing in reverse. Come on, that's lazy design. That could have been more interesting. And maybe some special cards in there. This could have been a little bigger. That would have been all right. So, neat concept. The kernel of a good idea is here, but this game overall, I found it to be too simplistic and just boring. It did not engage me. Did not engage anyone I've played it with. We found it an okay enough diversion for about 15 minutes, but we're definitely ready to move on after that. And so, unfortunately, this is a pass for me. I was hoping it was going to be better because I like the concept, I like the idea, I really like the look for some reason. I don't know, I just like that style, but not a good card game. This is a pass for me. Costume party. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.